Okay.
If you step on there and you grab hold of that, hold it as well, and just turn around and get down the other side. So yeah, I will do it that way.
Okay. Probably safer for me.
No problem.
Thank you. Blimey. Oh, down there, blimey, look at that.
Well,
Hello.
Hello.
more than half the boat's underwater, you see. It's never been on here before, there's the galley.
So, I was upstairs.
You're the fan. Are you
That was
Yeah.
very good last night.
Yeah.
Were you playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. You were the one doing the chain.
He does everything.
Is that right?
The,
Bass guitar was
oh
it?
no, that was.
Oh, no, flutes.
They gave me a bass for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got a decent galley in here with everything. We have the galley, we've got a water burner in there as well, and the galley, a deep freeze, fridge, microwave, toaster.
And you
electric
cooked
kettle.
for 42 in it.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Oh yes. Aye. The number goes up every time.
42, this is the saloon.
This is nice and cosy.
So, yeah.
Got
this
the
is
bar.
it. Oh, yeah, everything in here.
So, yeah, TV.
All the whole thing.
Everything.
Yeah. And we can seat about 30 around the table, but somehow we managed to get everybody in. There's folks sitting in seats here and folks sitting in other folks.
This well room.
Scrammed in. You can seat 30 normally, but we squeezed in 42 in here, right down the side here and everything, you see.
No.
And we
How do you
fed-
say
we fed
it?
the whole
What's it
lot
called?
of-
La Malouine.
La Malouine, yeah. Which is basically a girl from St. Malo.
Okay.
Now that's part of the thing, but they got it all wrong because she's much older than that, and she was built as a military vessel for the Polish and East German armies.
When was it built?
Well, our official date of birth is 1968,
Ah.
but we've got photographs of her in 1960 that look pretty rough, and we reckon she was built about 55.
Okay. I wouldn't.
Built
I
for-
wouldn't
built-
even know.
Built for Warsaw Park, and there's only 2 ships in the world with this specification: tug, icebreaker, sailing ship, spy ship. And we discovered the spy ship bit because we can't remember where we were, and there was this lad looking at the boat and looking at the boat and looking at the boat. This man, you know. And Daniel went to speak to him and give him a bit of history. Ah, he says, but 2 of them. And he says, yes, 2 of them. 2 identical sisters, you know. And he says, yes, he says, I was in charge of a coastal battery in Finland. And he says they would come creeping in and creeping in and creeping in until we'd say, fuck off or we'll lob a shell at you. And he says, always bristling with aerials, and we've got brackets all over the place, and there's insulators coming through the side of the saloon here. So I think in here must have been quite a hive of men and radios and all the rest of the stuff that we tacking in. That's before we got satellites and stuff like that the same way.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, we have musical instruments lying all over the bed.
Oh, that's the best bit, isn't it?
There's a whole lot of ukuleles, and that's a new small guitar that Adam's just brought in, and we've got all other things now.
Is this where you've been around the world picking up money?
Some of the places, yeah. South Africa and
You've
Turkey.
been to America,
Pardon? The Caribbean.
but so you've gone across the Atlantic.
Oh yeah. 3 times.
How long does that take?
Not all that long actually. It takes a few weeks. It takes as long to get down to the Canaries as it does to go across the jump across the way. You get a better wind, but again you're following the winds. You're following the time, so time of year. So you're going across there. You tend to go down to the Canaries for Christmas, and then head off soon as once the trade winds set in, and kick across. You see.
I suppose because the weather's always nice down
And
there,
it'd be
so
right
I
up.
suppose at sea it'll be
Yeah.
calmer, would it?
What?
To cross the Atlantic from the Canaries.
No, it doesn't make much difference. You get
Okay.
a you get a swell, but you get bits where it's flat calm and other bits where there's a good wind. It just depends where you are and the luck of it. Sometimes there's a good wind all the way across, other times you hit that bit down towards the doldrums where you're sort of sitting there doing nothing. Remember once being out there and absolutely flat calm, nothing, no boats visual and all the rest of it. Got on the radio and shouted, you know, if there was any boats in the area, there was 2 responded. And we said, right, may as well have a party rather than just sitting here. The next thing, this big catamaran came motoring across, and all the disco lights on and all the rest of it going, and come up alongside us, and then at dawn there was a wee bit of breeze, so everybody just broke off and sailed off.
Oh, nice.
Went their own way, you know, so you do things like that. It tends to be a bit spontaneous, just like that band last night. That was because these idiots went away at the town after we got.
So you met them in town, and
Yeah.
because they said they do Cafe Rene on Sundays.
Yeah, and they must have overheard this lot talking and said, "You off a tall ship?" And said, "Yeah." So how they want to play in a tall ship. So they said, "Well, just come down. We're in the dock. We'll be there till Thursday." But then, of course, on Monday they pulled us out.
Yeah. I know you've come to a good spot.
So we're here. So that's why they found us. And said, "Is it okay?" And I said, yeah, go ahead. So they came down. And there was other ones coming in the whole time. That lad that was doing the drums and stuff, he came by an electric scooter and heard it.
He just joined
he
in.
He just climbed on board and carried on and was beating away on the bass box.
Yeah, I seen that. I thought he was just sitting down, like sitting him drumming away. But
No, what?
right, can we have a look down?
Aye, come on.
Yeah.
Sorry if this is like private or anything. It's just like when he said you can get 30 people on here, I have to see it to believe it.
We've got clothes. I was just doing a washing and putting all the stuff up. I'll put the lights on for you. It's okay. You might find it easier going down backwards.
Okay. Let me just hold on to that. Is there a veil there?
You okay?
Yeah, it should be. These shoes ain't very good either. I should have put better ones on.
You're okay. Just hold on and just take it.
Now we're talking.
We have 4 toilets like that in the boat.
I've got 4 toilets.
Yeah. We only got 4 toilets there, but they're German toilets, so they're the opposite way around from a normal toilet.
Okay.
They flush to the front, not the back.
Okay.
Because they're such hell freaks, they want to see what they passed.
Oh. No. Don't know why the camera's like that, but there you go.
Yeah. So they're very different
Yeah.
that way. This is one of the showers, we've got 4 showers like this.
It's all
That we
fit.
go across that way.
Where's the others then? If this is one, that
This is
looks...
one up forward, one up on top, one in the aft cabin. You'll see them all.
Okay.
This is the washing machine in here.
Oh, that's like one of the other ones.
Twin
We had
tub,
some
plastic twin tub thing.
Ah.
And this is sort of standard cabin is like this.
Yeah, I see.
Double bed on top, single underneath, UV plugs, sink, all the rest of it, wardrobe round the corner, storage underneath and all over the place. But when we've got Dutch kids on board, they say, no, that's not a 3-berth cabin, 5-berth cabin, 3 girls on
5.
top, 2 underneath.
No. I was going to say it's not big enough.
Yeah, it
My
is.
bed's bigger than that.
They get 5, 3 in there, 2 down there. These, for a boat like this, these are big bunks, because
Yeah.
normally you're shoulder width and no more, you know.
You know. And you've got your own sink in there.
Yeah.
Are they all like this?
No, I'm just going to show you another one. This one here is a 5-berth cabin. It's got a double, single, and these are 6'6".
Oh my God, there's more.
Right,
Oh, right in there, wow.
they're 6'6", right in there. And the other side of that bulkhead is the mirror of this. So
Yeah.
you've got toilet, shower, 4 different cabins up there.
In there?
Yeah, the other side, that's the watertight bulkhead, you see.
Oh, what? So there's more of that? Oh, that
Yeah, that side there's this is just 4 cabins. There's another 4 that side, and that's the escape hatch there.
Okay.
But what we find when we've got kids on board, they open the escape hatch because a double bed exactly the same as this on the other side, so they zoom back and forward that
Oh,
way
right.
rather than get up and
So how do you get into the other side? There's a...
companionway hatch forward.
Oh, okay.
You go down that, same as you came down there.
Okay.
Well, it's up on deck that way, but they can't go that way.
Wow.
Again, they're all the same with the shower, with the details and stuff that way.
There's a plan of it here.
Yep.
So we're on the lower deck.
Yep.
We come down the stairs, we're here.
Yep.
And there
You've
I
got
see,
all
I
these
see,
all
you've
these
got the,
cabins, and there's a watertight bulkhead, and then you get up forward, you get another 4 cabins.
and that's the engine.
No, that's not the engine. Well, the engine is there, but then there's the starring cabin and all this after this. I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you wanna?
No, that's okay. No, it's okay.
I'll go first.
Yep.
Oh, this is easier.
You can't go any further than the Spitsbergen, they're right up into the ice. But when you're up on the foot deck, you can see.
Hang on, I'll just go get my house while I'm here. I've never got it from this angle.
Yeah, it's the way you can see you're looking right down the ship, which is fairly unusual about this size, because quite often you can't see what the bows are doing, so you need somebody else to go and tell you.
Do you ever have to climb up there?
Just to take the hand ties off. After when you go to sea, it's all done from the deck level. But these are harbour ties that are on there to pull the sails in nice and tight, just like this here. These are all tied along there, so before we go to sea, or we want to shoot sails, we take them off. And after that, everything's done from deck level.
I can't see this very well. That's the wheel. This is how you sail here.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That's how you steer the boat. And in front of you, you have on this side you've got a radar and a small VHF set, and on the other side we've got the plotter, echo sounder, fish finder, stuff like that. Engine controls here, all the engine instruments down there. So everything's to hand, just right to you. I say the top of the deck is solid stuff too. Everything in this boat is solid.
How did they get on there? How did they climb on there last night?
Up here.
Oh, right.
All you do is climb up here and then walk down here.
Oh, right, because I said that said no step. I wonder why.
So you know why.
There you go.
So it's just the fabrics in there, whereas these, both sides have got planks underneath them, so it's all that makes a bridge. Is 22 metres from the sea level up to there.
That's high.
Yeah.
That's why you have to move the bridge for you.
Yes. Yeah. It's 30 metres overall and 7 metres wide, and the bridges are only 8 metres clear on some of them. So we've only got that much either side. You know.
Well, obviously, when they built the newer bridge, that's a lot higher than what the old
higher and a
one.
lot wider.
Yeah. So-
And the other bridge down there is wide as well, but some of them down the bottom end are very narrow.
Yeah, I can believe it. Hempstead Swing Bridge, the next one along,
Yeah.
that's quite narrow.
Yeah,
So-
most of them are, but the narrowest ones are 8 metres. That's the only width there, because nobody was ever expecting boats that width. But we're 7 metres. The first time we came down here,
Well, it used to be a working port,
oh yeah, very much so.
so they would have had. I'm sure that.
fair size ships,
Yeah.
but they didn't have the beam. They were deeper,
Okay.
but not much wider than this. As
Okay.
well as they're being pulled up by horses and stuff like that, so they could judge them pretty accurately.
Right. Well, I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to stop recording. So I'm going to say thank you for that. I really
No
appreciate
problem.
that.
Thank you very much.
So,
And just the way we work, we quite often we like a bit of spontaneity. We have a rough idea of where we're going and a rough schedule, but what we do in between things is completely, we just play it by ear.
like last night was fantastic.
Yeah,
So
well, see, it depends a lot on the weather. Unusually, when we came down here, we had to do what should have been a week and a half, sailing down bit by bit, and just, if necessary, the wind was on, not a fair, just sitting tight and exploring and enjoying the place. That's the way I like to.
that's what I said earlier.
We
What
had-
what a life!
We had
What a
to
great
just
life!
Hammer down the IC to get here in time. As I say, we were 4 days, at least 4 to 5 days late in getting away over my schedule, and then they keep asking to come in 2 days early. So we had the pilot in booked for Monday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. You see, so
Oh, the hours.
yeah.
Right then. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.